I'm a noted Mario Party fan, and I like multiplayer things all the time to play with my friends. And that was a game I was considering just written off the record. It was done. It was never going to exist again. And then they're like, oh, actually, here's a port of it again. I mean, all right, it's a port. Sure, it's not new. But like, you never would expect certain things to get a sequel. You're just like, this is gone. It's it. Oh, no. Okay. Oh, and I still got hit. Oh. But you just expect certain things to be dead forever. Dokapon Kingdom on the Wii was a long heckin' time ago. So it's just like, it's never coming back. It's in the well of long lost things that are going to be unnecessarily expensive to officially own in physical version. Because it was this niche, scampy title that barely had print. Oh my gosh. No, it's catching up. Okay, we're good. But this niche title that had a low print run, especially in the earlier days here, like the Wii days, a lot of Japanese things weren't always just brought over here and forged because they're just like, Americans like guns and zombies. That is all it's going to be here in Space America. And so you get stuff like that, and it's like, oh, this isn't the fun thing. I think I found it like really cheap used at GameStop because they might have been right. Maybe people didn't care about it at the time. So now they bring it back, and you're like, they do care. They understand that there's some portion, or at least that like porting it over has low enough costs that they can make it back by whatever niche market they're hitting. So you know what we can bring back next? You know, Square, I'm looking at you. Fortune Street. Do it, please. I still play the Wii one with Mario. We know there's more. Even if you don't do another Mario one, the Dragon Quest characters are lovely peeps. It's fine. That will do. The gameplay is great. It's the Monopoly we actually want. It's Monopoly with actual thought put into it. You're trying to tell me normal Monopoly is anything but going in a square and being forced to do things? There's the routing options in Fortune Street. It makes all the difference, okay? It's all the good. You're like, risk assessment. Any amount of strategy for a traditional board game. In Monopoly, you're going in a hecking square. There's nothing to it. You pick up money, you buy things you happen to land on, and then people might give you money or they might take away your money. That's all it is. It's just dice. It is playing sorry, where you're just literally rolling, seeing what happens. And sometimes that's fine, okay? But I have refined tastes now in my board games, and I want a Monopoly that actually lets me plan it out. And what better way to do that than try to get off, like, rich on stocks? It's so good. The stocks are great. So give me that kind of thing, too. Okay. All right, I apologize ahead of time. I don't know how this is going to be. We're going to do a test wave. Commercial from the future here. I didn't quite properly say it. Flashing lights warning. I thought you'd appreciate that. Yeah. Yep. I'm sorry. I was hoping they'd like fix that. Oh God, especially with these. Oh, there's a good reason I'm wearing shades tonight. And now I know why, because Squawks is out the kill. Oh my gosh, this makes me flashback literally. You know, yeah, I agree. They put any sort of branding on those things. They don't even care. Monopoly is just an object by this point. They just want the Funko Pop status. Oh, this light flashing is the worst. You know this thing? So you're driving around in space, and you just got to be able to see the things that are just sitting out in the desolate void. So conveniently, they kept the level short. They have lights on your ships. It makes sense. I have lights. But imagine the ships whose lights, when you look in your rearview mirror, and your eyeballs just die. It is actually laser beams aiming straight at you. They are, as I affectionately call them, grade A Retina destroyers. That is Squawks. He's out to kill my eyes. But I came equipped today, bird. You aren't doing anything. What is this one? Oh, heck. Oh. Okay. Rampy's here? That's so neat. I wasn't expecting my boy. He's back. No, he's gone! Oh! Oh! Oh, I should have kept it to Squawks. Oh, this gets harder now. Oh, boy. All right, well, now that I'm not dyeing the eyes, we're going to continue on to new things. We're talking about being in the dark. Let's talk about Pikmin 4. I like there seems to be a nighttime mode in that game. It's about time. And they have caves again. So we're back on the death timer. That is an overarching theme of today's plot, where stress timers made Kid Corshell a sad boy. So I like the concept of Pikmin 1. And so, like, I come back with Rambi when I die, when I fall off the pit. We're back on my terms now. Hold it. Did that sprite load weird? Oops. We broke it today. Look at that funny color. But Pikmin 1, amazing concept. But then I played as a kid, and you have like, you have a bad day, the song, and you're just like, oh boy, most of my Pikmin, Rambi, you cannot jump for the life of you. And most of your Pikmin die, and you're like, I gotta spend some time. I think when I spawn with Rambi, it just breaks that sprite level. That's what I'm guessing. It's like Donkey Kong Country 2 has that problem. When you respawn from some bonus rooms with your like spider friend or bonus animals, the same thing happens. Interesting. But you're playing Pikmin 1, and the game makes it very clear to you that you utterly fail Olimar, and he dies if you don't like get enough parts to have him get off this planet. Or he like explodes as he's forced to attempt to take off. Like, that's a lot of pressure to put on a kid. You have this adorable big-nosed friend, and the plot's just like, hey kid, you mismanaged your Pikmin and your days. So this guy is gone. He is absolutely dead. So it's like, oh no, I don't want to know that my death counter for every day is slowly going down. I see every day wasted. He's like, boy, I'm sure running out of food right now. He's like, no, Olimar, no, you can't die. I'm making you die. But then you get Pikmin 2, and they remove the time limit. Oh my gosh, I could have just jumped that barrel. That was a trap. But Pikmin 2, they're like, okay, sure. You fought this boss, and you kind of failed. You lost all the Pikmin you took with you on this squad. I need to be in the right height. There we go. I couldn't take switch. So you get the Pikmin 2, and they give you all the time. Sometimes I could just take a break and be like, today's a farm day. We're going down to the Pikmin farm, and we're rising up all those happy little guys. All the little blue ones, all the good purple ones. You go in the cave for a bit. Stuff like that. I loved it. No time limit, no stress. I could simply play through the game and find myself eventually terrorized by the water wraith. At least until it became a water chicken, and then my fear was cured. So, anyways, you know, 2 has the caves too. The caves are good. I'm afraid. Yeah. Not again. Is it safe? Can I walk? Thank you. So the cave system coming back in 4 is really neat. And they have an adorable, like, dog. It kind of seems like it's a Bulborb dog, but I don't think they really said what it was. I'm sure the in-game lore will say it. What is... I knew it. I knew it. That was a bad jump. It still took out the critter. Okay. Thank Garsh. But they have the cave system back, and I like that at long last, where all the Pikmin lore was just like, nighttime is when the predators become their most savage. This is when everything goes to heck, and they're like supercharged, killing fiends. And you're like, that's why we can't be on the planet's surface at night. It's bad. We are just going to get mauled and shredded. So it looks like, based on the very end of that trailer, that there's going to be some night mechanic. That like you can actually go at night, and there's going to be supercharged like versions of enemies as they go into true predator mode. Now, I think that's super cool. It's one of those, it took you 4 games to get here kind of moments. I'm glad they're doing it. It's nice at long last that they're finally able to get us there. And like, just do kind of different part. Also interesting in the background, to me, at least, was the fact that like, it's just a straight up house, like a human house. And you're like in the background, like sandbox, kind of like playpen kind of area, at least in that first one they showed. So it's just like, cool. We are not shying away. This is literally Earth, like post human apocalypse or something, because there's just a straight up house now. All right, how are you gonna be? All right, you jump high, your other friend jumped long. And you always just home for me? How did I get hit by this guy? This should just be the same. I'm just gonna move. Now it's gonna be 3. Understood. Whoop. So Pikmin 4 is gonna be good. I actually haven't beaten 3. I need to do stuff like that where I need to really get on some of those things. I haven't even heard 3 is that hard, I believe. I think it's, oh, that's a tall jump now. I don't even think 3 is that difficult, kind of based on what I hear. So it's probably worth giving it a try again and seeing how I am. Please come to me, Mr. Beaver, Mr. Naughty. Say hello to little Diddy Kong. And I just gotta catch up on some of my Nintendo franchises. Like, I've played little bits here or there, but there are things I could definitely improve on. There's just so much to play. Like, that's just a good, relatable problem. That it's just, you gotta pick and choose. Sure, like I have friends who really, there's still more. They've given him more. It should be 6, 2 more, and he's gonna go the long way. These are gonna be, holy crap, these are football leaps. There's still more? This guy's literally going to start flying. This is bad. Oh no. Oh. There's 8 hits? Why are there so many? I'm not even keeping track anymore. He's just gonna eventually lift off. All right, he's gonna lift off! He even swung around! He like rubber banded floated in the air. 8's gotta be it, right? There's no more past 8. That would be nuts if he's 9 hits. He jumps so high! I did not mean the ground pound. Okay, all right. This is all you needed to do in the Game Boy Advance version, was just make a beaver that just goes insane. Now I'm gonna keep track of the jumps. I think that was 4 before. I'm just gonna jump as soon as he starts. I'm not gonna fall for this anymore. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, jump. Oh no, I missed! He goes too fast. All right, so now that I know to try to keep a little bit of a count, holy crap. 6, 7, you are not getting away. Now I know it's 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Go, Diddy, go! Okay, 8 was the last one. Man, I was not prepared for that wild jump. They're just like, what if we just crank up the algorithm a little bit more each time? Like, he goes a little higher, but what if it's just more? And the height goes with it too. It's like there's no dodging. Just watch Corshell panic as beavers learn to fly with their tails. Bidoof is having its day. Oh, wait, can I throw this? Yeah. I'm catching on. Give me the bonus, because I can. Boop. Boop. What? Oh, okay. With that, we're going to move. So, the other big thing, obviously, to talk about is Tears of the Kingdom. I didn't realize that was a rotating barrel. Oops. But I'm glad that's finally getting a little bit more light of the day. I guess this is less of a Tears of the Kingdom kind of portion talk and more like a Corshell finally reflects on his time with Breath of the Wild for a bit kind of talk. Because I don't need to say it's a good game, but it was a game where I had a fun time with some personal experiences. Because, you know, you pick that up right when the game comes out. You got to be like, okay, I'm day one in this kind of thing. I'm in. This is the new Zelda doing something wildly different I am prepared to like embrace the newness. So, you know, you get to the beginning of the game, you get past the plateau, you do stuff. Your one plot markers like go to Kakariko Village, and you get the plot and stick in Impa. I really am not jumping off these tires when I think I should. I guess I'm just bad with my timing. But Impa is just like, I have something very important to talk to you about, and it's going to mean a lot to you. Like, sit yourself down, Link. Whenever you want to hear this, it's going to rock your world. Holy crap, tire. Why do I keep running off you? Why am I not bouncing? Please. Please, let me just do my little thing. So, Impa gives me this very, very ominous telling of like, Corshal, bud, this is big. Whatever this is, even though you're just barely into the game, it's going to rock the boat. And you gotta be best prepared to like have your big boy leggings on in your armor slot in order to handle whatever it is she's about to tell you. I took that very, very literally. I was just like, oh heck, okay. I don't know if I'm ready for this. So I left and I proceeded to play through like 3 out of 4 of the Divine Beasts without even going back to her. And then you get back and she just gives you quest markers for the Divine Beasts. All she does is tell you like, yo, those beasts kind of messed up right now and we gotta go save them. And I was like, Impa, I've already done most of that. This was all you were telling me, that like, this was my job to fix this? I figured that out ages ago. I've been at this for hours. I ran into all these people with no map marker. I was just like, I'm gonna go in this direction and to see what's there. Because this game's been advertised as this big wide open sandbox. So it's time to just see what I waltz into. So there's so many things I just found without even knowing directly that was supposed to be like what I had to do. It was only easy with, oh heck, I don't remember the bird divine beast name, but that one, because you see it floating in the distance. So it's just like, okay, cool. Yep, I'm going to start heading out in that direction. That seems like the thing to do. But the rest of it, with like the elephant and everything, it's just like, I just stumbled upon it. And I was having all these good Link adventures, just like feeling like I was playing the game as it was intended, where it's complete sense of discovery. You're like, wow, this is like Zelda 1-esque. I have no idea where anything is, and I'm just stumbling upon all of it. I had the Master Sword before I went back, I think. And so I get back, and I think you get the champion's like tunic thing for Impa too, because she's just like, yeah, you're this great hero, so here's your shirt. And I was just like, I've already figured all this out. I've been here doing the hero thing, and you're giving me a shirt? That's what I'm getting right now. I was like, I don't know why I thought anything this early in the game was going to be anything else. I was like, Corshal, of course it's simple. Of course it wasn't going to be anything crazy they were throwing at you this early, like this, wow, this hecaton barrel. Okay. So when that happened, I was just like, of course it was just a shirt and a GPS marker on my pad. So I felt so silly after that, and then I proceeded to play through the rest of the game. The DLC was great though. I loved doing the trials. That was really fun. It gave me a great resource to figure out. I like Fire Emblem stuff, especially the endgame heroes stuff, because they're just like, here's this really absurd set of like circumstances with the deck stacked against you, but you may have the tools to solve through it. In Faye, it might be because you've dolphined for the correct heroes and the newest, bestest skills in order to get through some of the endgame content that might have been power crept out of like being that hard by the time you reach it. But in Breath of the Wild, it's like you go in with basically nothing, and you find these things as you go on these Master Sword trials. And you've got to figure out per floor what's the best thing to do to get through these levels intact and defeat the challenges. And I ate that up. That was great. I love it when I know like the puzzle pieces are out in front of me and I can just set up the circumstances in order to, excuse me, game. There we go. In order to like pass it. That's such a fun time to me. Oh, don't tell me these beavers are properly aligned this time. Here's the test. Oh, heck. They're already better than the other game. They fixed it. See you, pal. So the sword trials was a lot of fun. And I loved the final one because it took me like 5 or 6 attempts, you know? All right, you can't switch while you're on this thing because of the way it works with the stacking of the enemies and the movement. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. I should have been DK. All right, DK this time. Now I can switch. But the trials were such a good time. I felt so good when I got through that last one. Because it's just like, that was science. You get through those stages, and like you get near the end of them, or you're just doing like weird things to the items or like the enemies there to eke out every extra inch of resource you can. All right, Clump, you're going this time. We have the ability to delete you. We're making sure we're not getting caught again. But I also like how I was kind of under the impression that when you got to the end of those button, why did I roll? I should have just not been holding the run button. Xbox controller / my own thumb while I'm talking. Ugh. But I was under the impression that getting through that trial, it was going to be like spam heaven. That the Master Sword was going to be unlocked forever. It was never going to need a recharge. I could just do the thing all day with the strongest sword and just whack people silly. And then you find out it still does like go out. It just takes a really long heckin' time. And then once it's recharging, it's not like that long a recharge. I think it's like 15 minutes. Diddy Kong, you did it. You rolled too. Something about that floor. That one spot in the rail resets my run status. This is really weird. Okay. But, you know, plenty of use out of a Master Sword. And just waiting like 15 in-game minutes wasn't that bad. I'll say it. I forgot to switch. I've made this a lot harder on myself again. I guess I can roll. Diddy can roll. We should be fine, right? We're probably fine. And then, you know, the actual, like, dungeon DLC. Oh, yeah. Was nice, too. The end of that to get the pretty famous bike was nice. And I like in the trailer of Tears of the Kingdom, it's showing our dude riding new, like, gadgets and, like, flying mobiles. It makes sense with the, like, vertical perspective that's added to this game. Can I jump over this now? I can. No, Clump! I always gotta be DK. We cannot lose DK. DK is the strat here. But the stuff for that was sweet. I admit, I currently still don't really know what's going on too much. I wound up there. Wow, hello. In Tears of the Kingdom. Yeah, well, it's like this big square platform car, right? It's just like literally a square with some walls on the sides of it to keep them in. That's funny. I do admit that was a funny thing. You know what it made me think of? I thought of Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts. That was just like when you're like, I just need the ultimate function over form. There is no more form in what I'm doing right now. So you just, in Nuts and Bolts, design a literal flat platform with wheels and an engine. And you're just like, this will do. This is my Nuts and Bolts car. Yes, exactly. Providing the hits. You're full of them. I love it. But, oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. But yeah, I'm wondering if you can just create the thing. If like there's somewhere in Tears of the Kingdom that I knew I heard these barrels. I'm free now. But there's somewhere where maybe you can just make your own gizmos, right? Your own traversal things. They're just like horses. Blah. Horses are a thing of the past It's time for rides. Those Sheikah have really come out in force with their tech. You found enough old tech. It's time to ride or die. And like, if you're telling me I can get into some high-speed chase where maybe, like, say they start getting like contraptions on them, where you're going to add some sort of weapon to those things. And imagine flying through the planes on your like little hover square, and you're just like bombing the like Baku plane encampments. You just like have Flight of the Valkyries playing, and here comes Link like shirtless and like with the craziest look in his eyes, sweeping down on these poor hapless little dudes, just like trying to eat food out of dirt, and they just start getting bombed out of nowhere because Link's just out of his mind flying these things. And it'd be like, that'd be the best if you could add weapons. Maybe I'm guessing too far into it, but like, if they were gonna give you vehicles that were purely just traversal, they wouldn't just look like giant wide squares, right? That's gotta mean something. Like, you're either expected to use them for transports, or like you can modify them. Maybe you can make your own shapes. It means something like that to me. I keep rolling when I don't mean to when I land, and then I fall. Oops. I'm really hoping that, yeah, we get to be able to do something with that. And being able to have a little customization, one, it's just fun for player creation. Two, allows for hilarious things that like appear online. We all know what people are going to try to make. It's going to happen. There's going to be some phallic things. It's just going to be happening the moment you give anyone any semblance of design over things you can create and then write in. Banjo was not immune. Kingdom Hearts was not immune. If Link has it, Link is not immune. Get ready. Maybe Nintendo can't risk it, so they are really just making like squares that you can put on resources on, so you can carry over barrels and do funny like drops of barrels. Like, are there explosive barrels? There are. There definitely are, right? It's been a while, but I'm pretty sure there are. Wait, whoa. Those sneaks. That's a sneaky place to put that. But say like you have your little flying platform and you aren't allowed to add like a bomb, like a Sheikah bomb cannon to your thing. Despite that would be awesome and cool. And like give us real Wind Waker vibes of fighting monsters with the cannon on your ship. So instead, just like let you load up on explosive barrels and just like do some crazy maneuver. Like do a barrel roll, all right? Like say the phrase, get it out of the way. But then have Link be able to do it without just falling out of it. And just like flip over a bunch of bomb barrels to the baddies. Like Breath of the Wild prided itself on its kind of like do anything approach. That same thing got me twice. Son of a gun. And it's still back behind me? Okay. But if they let you do that with funny vehicles now, and you can just like do lots of unorthodox, goofy things, this is just kind of like the original too. Okay. Yep, we're getting through it, Diddy. Don't worry. And just let me just try real goofy things. Is there a Necky here? I knew it. I remembered this Necky. They kept it here. Not today, Necky. Go back home to the nest.